Welcome to the Potter Blog site, May 27, 2014. The United States Centers for Disease Control is using quarantine laws to threaten all pilots with legal action if they do not report sick travelers. And this is both international and domestic travelers. We have a copy here of the PDF that they just released, and they're basically telling them you're required by law to report ill travelers. They're also requesting that pilots report anybody with fever, who also has cough, vomiting, breathing problems, headache, stiff neck, decreased consciousness, or unexplained bleeding. So, as you might consider, the fact that they released this document just a few hours ago and are pushing out to the pilots, obviously this implies that either a pandemic is underway or one is expected, and excuse me, and that air travel will be how the pandemic spreads. The key is to stay out of aircraft restrooms. Most of the current threats, immediate threats, are fecal transmitted. Now, as we reported, the U.S. government is showing major concern for a devastating zero-day pandemic exploit. They are significantly increasing federal quarantine station capacity and capability, and the CDC has also ordered its employees to prepare for a national and international disaster. Now, we have links to all this information where you can read the documents for yourselves. Now, the obvious candidates for CDC's actions are MERS-CoV, the Middle Eastern Respiratory Syndrome, Ebola, and H7N9 bird flu, and H1N1 swine flu. Of these, only Ebola seems to be of any immediate, albeit fleeting, threat. And as such, the Department of Defense has deployed Ebola detection kits to National Guard units in all 50 states and to military units in South Korea. Of the other threats, MERS and H7N9 are primarily adapted to their locations and cultures of origin / where the mass detections are occurring. And as such, the threat of ongoing chain infection transmission outside of those locales and cultures seems low. Let me throw one caveat in there for that. Even though the transmission is low, one MERS case coming into a hospital in the United States without warning currently will shut down everybody in that hospital who's had contact with it. So hospitals face a really large risk of economic loss and a loss of capability of treating other patients if every medical healthcare worker that's contacted that MERS patient gets sent home for 2 weeks. Otherwise, H1N1 is a strong risk because there's a possibility of a more severe second wave in the fall, and that should not be discounted. In any case, this should really pick up your or perk up your protection levels for what's going on here. Very unusual activity.